Okay, so I've been showing you how I set up my bullet journal, and now we are to the part. So I showed you like I have a monthly, all 12 months are all in a row. So you just can glance at your monthly calendar schedule real quick and easy at the front of the book. It keeps you on schedule and you can plan ahead and all that fun stuff. And then the next thing that we come to is my goal setting page. And so I get all of these ideas from the book, The 12-Week Year. And the idea of the book is that you can get as much done in 12 weeks as you can in a year if you plan it correctly. And this is kind of part of me being overly productive or overly planning. And so I do like a lot of the ideas in this book, but the only thing I would say is just simplify your goals. You do not have to have these big, grandiose goals every 12 weeks. You can have really simple goals every 12 weeks that you obtain. And honestly, this might be more powerful than these like big yearly goals that we're trying to obtain by doing more of these like smaller bite-sized 3-month goals, because we can actually see progress happening. And when when we're able to just keep taking steps, that's how we move forward. And sometimes we can like overcomplicate things. Anyway, I like this book a lot. I do think it's okay to not be productive all the time. I do not think that's healthy. And I feel like this book pushes productivity a lot, but I like the concept behind it. So if you've read this book, let me know what you think about that. If you haven't read this book, I think you should read it and tell me what you think about that. But for the sake of this video, I have 3 goals that I like to do every 12 weeks. Now, I do not recommend having more than 3 goals. Don't do it. Honestly, if you are the type of person who can just have one goal, just do that. Just have one goal. If you're gonna do 3 goals, have one of your goals be a fitness goal. That's easy to obtain. Like, I'm gonna go for a walk 3 days a week or something like that. Do don't try to overdo it, especially at the beginning. Like, let yourself get better and better at goal setting, and give yourself a chance. Maybe just set one goal. Like, honestly, I think that's great. And then what I'll do is over that 12 weeks, I will keep track of what I'm doing. And so I'll have each week I'll have like a list of to-dos towards my goal. So what I'll ultimately do is I'll show you when I get to the part of where we're tracking the weekly spread, but I will have my monthly to-dos towards each specific goal that I've written out. And so I'll show that to you as we get closer. But the idea is, each week, am I doing the things I need to do that I set out in this goal right here? And so to get specific, if you were like, I'm going to walk 3 times a week, it would be really easy each week to be like, yeah, I did walk 3 times a week, or no, I only walked 2 times this week. That's it. That's all. You're just writing down your progress and whether or not you're actually doing your thing. And so, yeah, it's a weekly tracker, which again, going back to tracking, don't love to track too much. But in this case, I think when it comes to our goals, we have to be holding ourselves accountable. And this is a great way to at least hold ourselves accountable. And we never condemn ourselves. So if I only walked 1 time that week or 0 times that week, that's okay. This is just for information. This is not to like shame ourselves, like you're not doing enough. It's to say like, oh, well, the reason I didn't lose weight is because I didn't actually walk 3 times a week. I mainly walked 1 time a week, or I mainly didn't walk at all. And so it's more of that than a shame or like I'm such a loser because I never walk or whatever. Don't do that. And we never ever condemn ourselves. We do not have room in our psyche for any of that. Okay, so we're always just doing the best we can and working hard and harder. So that is how I set up my 12-week goal. And it's super simple, right? Just keep it simple. And then I have an ultimate to-do list. And again, this is another reason I love the watercolors. Doesn't this page look so cute? But I have my ultimate to-do list. And then I have a monthly to-do list. And so anytime I'm thinking about what needs to get done that month, I can put it on this cute little Post-it. And then when that month's over, I can tear it off. I could also move the Post-it anywhere I want it to go. If it's maybe more functional in my weekly planner, then I can just pick it up and move it. And so I'll show you a little closer in how I did that. So each of these are little Post-its, and then the month is written here: January, February, March, April, May, da, 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 da. So it's all ready to go, and I can write down future to-dos as well. If I'm like, oh, in May, or that would be June. In June, every year I clean my driveway. Something like that. I don't know. But you can write down the things you do ahead of time. And over here is more of like things that you can't get to right away, but you know it needs to be done. Like I need to dust my fan, or I need to change out the air filter. I need to paint the trim in the washroom. I don't know, whatever it is, you can just write that here. And so it's just good to kind of have, you'll see things around the house sometimes. You're like, I need to get that done. And then you forget about it, right? Well, you can write that down here. It's just a glance of things that you need to get done overall, whatever. It doesn't have to be immediate, but you would like to get it done at some point, type of a thing. And so that is the next part. And then the last part is just my weekly spreads and my monthly check-ins. So we'll get to that in the next video.